Welcome to Girls on Fire.
Hey guys, it's Megan
And Kristen.
and we're together. So it's gonna be even a bigger party than normal. Maybe not. I don't know. We're still like gonna be crazy and laughing and all of the things. But we actually am in Nashville because normally I'm in Atlanta. So I'm here for our work Christmas party and doing meetings and end of the year things. So it's really nice to be here all together. So we get to do this next to each other, which is kind of fun.
I know this is so weird, but we were discussing where to look. Do we look at each other? Do we look at you guys?
I don't know, guys. This is like
Bear with us.
roll with it.
Yeah.
But
We'll be
we're
fine.
really just gonna do a huge recap of this year and fun things that have happened and any like crazy things that have happened. But we know we haven't really talked to you all since our MD Expo conference that was in October, which is so crazy. I know we recorded a little bit earlier, so we just kind of want to talk about how great of a show that was for us and for everybody. I feel like we all had such an amazing time. You guys might have saw our costumes.
We might have broke the internet, so
yes. So if you didn't, we were Shrek. Well, we had Jeff from AIB was Shrek, and then we had Jake from AIB. He was Lord Farquaad, and then we were the Fionas. So it was pretty good.
daytime Fiona and nighttime Fiona, as
Yeah.
we say.
Or Ogre Fiona, whatever.
Call it as it is.
Call it as it is. So it was a great show. Do you have anything to talk about from the expo?
Yeah, Indie Expo, something about the atmosphere, everyone was just in super good moods. For me personally, it was my first time doing the reverse expo,
Oh
which
yeah,
was
how was that?
it was so much fun. I thought I was gonna be really nervous,
Mhm.
and it made me realize how quick 7 minutes can go by. I was speed talking. I was like, oh wait, I'm not done. Don't get up yet. But it was really, really cool. It was
good.
nice to get in front of some huge decision makers.
Right.
And it was just very high paced energy. Everyone was professional and good moods. I gave out Starbucks gift cards.
Oh, that's always a good thing. We're actually hitting some Starbucks today.
Cheers.
I'm always hitting it.
Always. But I really enjoyed it. It was just a very smooth show.
Mm.
And the Halloween party always, I love a theme.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. So that was great. And then we had Thanksgiving, so that was great with our families. And then I actually went to RSNA with John Wallace, our editor, to represent Ice Magazine. And that was such an amazing show. It was quick, fast, and furious, but I got to hang out with a lot of our friends and meet a lot of new clients.
It looked huge.
It's huge. This was my third year going out of the 6 years I've almost been here with the company, and I had the best time. I feel like Ice was so well known, and I feel like just the spread of that magazine is going so far, and it was really exciting to see all of that. So that was great for us. But now we're here in Nashville, and we are gonna have some fun later today. We are going to Broadway.
There's only one place you can go when you come to Nashville.
We work hard, but I feel like we party hard or even harder sometimes. So.
Sometimes harder, we'll see.
So that will be good. And then we have some big meetings today. So all happy there. But let's start it off with some moments of joy. Moments of joy. Kennedy wants us to say things twice sometimes so she knows where to
moments
put it.
of joy.
Do you want to start or do you want me to start with that?
Do you need me to start or do you want to start?
You start.
Oh, goodness. Okay. I would say I'm going to do moments of joy from our last episode. So I have two. One moment of joy was over Thanksgiving. I was able to stay in Nashville. I have family kind of close by, and our extended family actually flew here, which was really nice. And it was just a huge moment of joy. I've been traveling so much recently. It was really nice to be able to enjoy family time in my own home, which I feel like never really gets to happen. So that was a huge moment of joy. And then I recently took a trip to visit some childhood friends in New York City. And that was just a joyous trip all around. Yummy pasta, spending time with childhood friends. You just really can't, replicate that kind of friendship. So
that's awesome.
That was a huge moment of joy.
That's good. I always try to think of something small, but honestly, my moment of joy was I'm originally from West Palm Beach, Florida, so I went home for Thanksgiving and I got to I actually drove down from Atlanta and I got to stop. I know it was far.
It's far.
But I got to stop and see one of my best friends that she lives just north of Orlando. So I got to spend time with her and her husband, and that was so fun. And then I was home with my mom and all my family, and got to see my other best friend and her baby on her first birthday. And it just so like literally lit me up.
Something about November was like so many moments of joy.
Yeah, no, it really was. So I mean, I can't really. There were so many that I was happy with. I feel like
Yeah.
it's been such. And I know this is such. We'll talk maybe a little bit about this later, but it's such a hectic season. I feel like for people this time of year, and just to like keep reminding myself like how thankful I am and how much we like have had this year and all of
Yeah.
like great times and everything is good. So those are our moments of joy.
Comment your moments of joy from
Yes.
last month.
So we're gonna talk, kind of just do like a recap of our year, like talk about some ups, maybe some downs, see like just
roller coaster.
And just talk about like what happened. Like I know there was so much good, and like I just like I don't know, we just have a great industry, and I'm so thankful for that. And I'm trying to think, like honestly, mine are always at the shows. I feel like my good moments that have happened. I was just talking to our boss John yesterday about this. I said I never want to not be at all of the shows. Like I think even next year, TechNation, I'm sure HCM Jobs, all of us, we have our shows, but I love being at the smaller state shows and going even to these bigger shows like RSNA. So I feel like you guys are going to see us so much more out there next year because we just miss it. And I like being there. And it's just nice talking to our audience and talking to the exhibitors and seeing what's out there. I feel like it's so helpful for us to do our job. So that's my biggest thing is this year I got to just see, I think, more people. And I think even next year we'll see even more.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think going to the shows is when you get to like make those personal connections.
Mhm.
We talk to people all day, every day on the phone or email. So getting to see them in person and be like, oh, here you are.
Right.
And having those connections, and even like internally as a team, I think one of my biggest highlights show wise from the year was Amy in Long Beach.
Oh, so fun. If you were there, you saw us on the dock with our boat.
That's what
And it was so fun.
It was being able to have our entire team stay in, which we always stay in the same hotels, but we were like literally arm distance apart on boats, which was just a wild experience.
Yes.
But usually when we go to shows, I think we like go to nice dinners and like do these things. We were ordering pizza and sitting on our
Or
dock.
Chili's. Like we were getting Chili's or Yard House, and we'd go and pick it up, and we're like, do we actually want to go to a restaurant? We're like, no, we want to stay in sweatshirts and sweatsuits and just chill on this dock and like just spend time together. And our clients would come. We had like, our audience there, like they were coming. It was just so nice.
That was probably one of my favorite like moments from this year, just like truly spending quality time like that in a non-stressful environment. We'd get up, we'd work, hit the ground running, then we'd come back and just stress relief on. And when we don't throw the shows, we have a little bit less
to do.
Yeah. Which is nice. So like it was just all around good vibes.
It was. And I like kind of bringing back, because we were talking earlier today. I mean, I'm sure you guys think we do so much planning and we really try to schedule these podcasts out and what we're gonna say, but it's very off the cuff, which is how we act. And like, I feel like that's what our jobs are like. We just have to like roll with it. So that's what we do. But we were talking about like what should our topic be for December, and we were saying how like to take like ways to take care of yourself or things to do that will make you like happy during this time of year, because it is so stressful. And some people aren't happy this time of year. They totally get it, and it can be a sad time and like it's lonely and things like that. But I think kind of bringing it back what we both just said is when we're at the shows and seeing people that we love and seeing our clients and being around our like coworkers and everything, I think people need to remember to do those kinds of things during this time of year, because I feel like when I go out and I like see a good friend or I'm with you or like everybody here, it makes me so happy, and like I want to be around people and it puts me in a better mood. I feel like when we isolate ourselves this time of year, it can be depressing.
No, I could agree more. This year is the first year in a while that I'm going to my hometown. So, and usually that's like not a dreadful in a bad. Not like that's dreadful. It's just like, small town, not much to do. But I'm so excited to see like so many people that I haven't seen in so long and just spend time with like my grandma and like things that it's been so long that I've almost like forgotten how much I enjoy those things.
Right.
So getting to do that, and even though like travel's stressful, you know, doing it with though my sister makes it so much easier. It's just the small things of like reminding yourself. There's a lot of people that don't get to go home for the holidays, so I'm like really excited to do something that we don't usually do.
Right. Well, another thing that brought me joy and happiness this year is our YP at MD group, and this is kind of where this where this podcast derived. It's a young professionals podcast sponsored by YP at MD and TechNation. But I am so thankful. Our networking event that we did in Orlando, if you were there, you knew it was a great time. Like the location was awesome. I just loved it so much. And thank you again to Adepto and Bio for sponsoring that and being such big supporters, because we can't do it without them. But it was so awesome. We had, I think it was 70 plus people in attendance at that.
It was packed.
Packed. And it was all young professionals, you know, and it was so cool. And like how many, like I said earlier, I've been here for almost 6 years, amount of friends that I've met because of this group, like, and I feel like so welcomed anywhere I go. And like, I feel like I always know a familiar face, which is so awesome. Like that makes me so happy. So that's another big thing from this year. I'm just so proud of that YP at MD group. And the 40 under 40, like we did our second year of that, and we had 100 plus applications coming in, and it was so hard for our team to choose because there's so many of you doing such great work, and I want to like, we could not do any of this without our readership and who views our webinars and comes to our shows or comes and applies to HCM jobs or all of these things. So we couldn't do it if we didn't have that audience. So I just wanted to say how appreciative we are of that.
Yeah, absolutely. I think especially like this year, I don't know, maybe because it's my third full year in the industry. This year, I just felt those connections like were really strong for the first time. At first, it's like going to the shows and like introducing, oh, hi, I'm Kristen. And the amount of people that was like, oh, we've met. I'm like, oh, shoot, apologies. My bad. It's because we run around and do so much at the shows, but now I'm getting to the point where it's like, oh my God, good to see you. Like, how's, you know, your kid, or how's, you know, oh, congrats on getting married. And there's just like, you get to celebrate like life's moments with professionals, which is like so fun and something new that I think this year especially it was like heightened because they've really like formed those relationships. So that's been fun.
I think, and that again brings it back to our topic of things you can do to like just lift your spirits this time of year, any time of year. There's been so many people that have talked to me, talked to us about how they're so happy that they joined this YP group, you know? And that's another thing, like, you know, maybe reach out to some of those people, like say hi, like tell them you're thinking of them, tell them have a great Christmas. I don't know, whatever the case is. I feel like having those connections is so important. So just keep up with that this year.
Yeah, you know? I can just feel like everyone's good moods.
Right.
This time of year, even though it's like stressful and crazy, people really are like merry and bright. Like walking past people in the hallway, everyone's just like, good morning. Great day. Probably because we get a break soon, but like you can just tell everyone's just like so happy. So I feel like this time of year, especially, I go out of my way to like make other people feel good and special. Like, oh, happy holidays, like getting out of an Uber. I'm like, happy holidays, have a great day. Like something so easy, but like, you know, that probably made them smile.
Right.
So like continue to do that this holiday season.
Yeah, so I'm happy about that. Is there anything else you can think of that I know YP, I'm so happy about ICE and TechNation and all of our growth we've seen there. We've added YouTube channels, and HCM Jobs is thriving, and they're going to be doing, like, you guys did webinars this year, and you guys are going to be adding on webinars for your clients next year. So we just have so much coming up to look forward to. So we'll talk obviously more in January about like plans and goals and things like that for next year, but we really just wanted to talk about some highs.
Yeah, and then our hot topic of this episode is our team at the beginning of this year, 2023, instead of choosing like a resolution, because those are really hard to stick to, we decided that everyone in the company should share a word that they want to kind of like encompass this year, or something that you're striving for. It could literally be anything. And so today's hot topic. We're going to talk about what our words were, how we worked towards that or didn't work towards that. And then just to give you guys some like inspiration on maybe creating your own word for 2024.
Right.
So Megan, what was your word?
I had two. Overachiever.
Overachiever. Make me look bad. Thanks. I have one. and I didn't even hit it.
And she said it was pretty hard.
I chose the
It
hardest
was
word.
aggressive. Her word was aggressive.
Yeah, I asked too much of myself. All right, go.
Mine was courage and joy. And honestly, I don't know. Some people know like things that have happened in my life and all of this, but like I'm like I don't even know how to explain it. I really do feel like I fulfilled those.
Stop it.
I feel like I fulfilled those words, honestly. I've had so much joy and happiness this year. I feel like I've had courage to do things professionally and personally that were really, really hard. And I'm so thankful that I did those things because people have told me, and listen, guys, I am a positive Polly Pocket. Like, you'll see me walk around and then I'll go cry in a corner because
In the shower when nobody can see you. That's
Yeah.
right.
And like this year, I feel like people, even though I still have those, like, still like those things that I like, my morals and things like that, nothing's changed on that front. But overall, I feel like there's a difference to me. I don't know if you can see it.
Megan is thriving. Every time she comes to Nashville, I'm like, this Megan, you're still the same Megan, but something about you is just thriving. And I like want to channel it myself. You're like inspiring me because even though you're like, oh,
Appreciate you, Kristen. We said we might cry.
no,
Cry.
no tears. You'll never see it. And no, but it's true. Like you really have had so much courage. Like it's inspiring to watch. And like, especially as young professionals, like seeing other young professionals grow, it's like, even though you're only a couple years older than me, I'm like, wow, like that gives me such like inspiration to strive to be like you in a couple years.
Listen, I'm an oldie. Okay, guys, I'm turning 31 this year.
Oh my God. Get the will prepared.
No, wait, 30, I said this year. I'm turning 31 this month. We don't have much time.
Yeah,
left
it's
this
Megan's
year.
birth month, so
Oh my
everyone wish her a happy
gosh.
birthday.
Yes, I'm turning 31 at the end of this month. So I was like, you know what? We only have so much life in this, like, life, so we gotta live it. So
Well put, Megan.
yeah.
We only have so much life in this life.
Listen, I might be able to inspire you with courage and joy, but my words choice, it might not be the best. So
No, I love it.
don't follow me there. But Kristen, what was your word?
My word was fulfilled. I wanted to feel fulfilled in all aspects of my life, health, mental, professional, personal. And that's a tough task to, undergo. I saw, just side note, the funniest thing I've ever seen, and it goes with kind of Christmas time. And it was like, you ask your like parents or someone like, what do you want for Christmas? Typically like a mom. This is a mom response. Like, what do you want for Christmas? And they say, I just want you to be happy.
Aww.
And I'm like, well, Linda, that's a hard ask. Can I just get you an air fryer like every other person? Like, to be happy, that's tough. No, but I definitely think I've made some like major life changes this year as well. I moved in by myself, even though that's only been a couple of months. Like that has made me feel super fulfilled. I think HCM Jobs has had like a fantastic year. So professionally, I feel very fulfilled. A lot of my friends getting married. Like I've spent so much time this year with people that I haven't seen in a while through, I want to say forced gatherings, but it has been a great year of feeling like I've really strengthened a lot of relationships in my life. So I guess overall, yeah.
I feel like you did. And okay, just because you don't feel fulfilled with everything, I feel like you are. And I am so proud of you. Guys, if you know Kristen, her energy is like magnetic. Honestly, she really is. Me and her have the best time. I love
It's
laughing
scary.
with her. We have so much fun. Like, I wish I was in Nashville.
Oh, your glasses.
Oh, okay. Phew, I thought we broke something. Sorry.
Wouldn't be surprised.
Doing all this right how much I love Kristen was broke.
And we don't
everything.
own this space. Be careful.
This office is not ours. We're just like using it. Her energy is magnetic. I love Kristen so much. If you've been around her, you know that.
We don't take compliments well.
No.
That's why we're like so hard. Like,
No, but honestly, and I feel like just because you don't feel fulfilled with every single thing, if you do feel fulfilled, say that 5 times.
it's hard.
If you feel fulfilled in some of your areas of your life, I think you basically did what you needed to do with your word.
Agreed. I think it was a good word to choose because it like even though this morning I was like, what was my word? I'm like, clearly I didn't work that hard towards it. But
Yeah.
definitely in the beginning of the year, like started off the year strong of like, okay, I really, really want to focus on like growing myself this
Right.
year. And I feel like I did do that.
Yeah, you did. Amazing. Check.
Go on. Check. 2023.
But I actually really like the whole thing of like picking a word instead of doing resolutions. Resolutions is hard, guys. I mean, if you do it, more power to you. I
It's
used
the
to
same
try.
thing every year. I want to eat healthier. I want to go to the gym more. I want to do this. I'm going to read 12 books.
We
I
all
barely
want-
read 3. Like,
Oh, that reading goal, I went lofty. My reading goal was 25 books this year, okay? I'm at 22. I have 3 books left to read this year. Am I
Choose-
gonna hit it? I'll give you a recap in January.
choose one like this big or a coloring book.
Do you know what Emily said? Emily's one of our sales people here. She said to read the Junie B. Jones books.
Absolutely amazing piece of literature. You need to read that. Oh my gosh.
But yeah, we feel like we all have like lofty goals, like you said, health, work, all of the things that
Yeah.
everybody normally says. And then at the end of the year, you're like, oh my God, I almost said a bad word. I'm so sorry.
Kidding. Leave it out.
No, it's okay. I didn't say it. That is also another hard thing.
It's very hard.
I'm not saying that I just like cuss all the time.
Look at this sailor girl. She's got a potty mouth.
We're going off.
Okay, we're going off the rails. This is what happens when we don't have a scripted foundation. We just go. But it's the end of the year.
It is what it is. It's a free for all.
Free for all.
But
A word instead of doing resolution.
yeah, okay. So I really think it's just so much easier,
It
and like you can focus on like basically one goal. So maybe somebody's word is I want to have like more confidence, you know.
Yeah.
So you can focus like, oh, like maybe speaking up more at work will give me more confidence.
Yeah.
Maybe changing what I'm wearing will give me more confidence. So you can look at different areas of your life and implement that word, which I feel like is easier.
It's almost like a lifestyle. Like you're choosing or like manifesting. I have been super into manifesting everything in my life. Like if I want it, I'm going to speak it because holding it in isn't going to help. For instance, I entered to win a dinner with my favorite Bravo celebrity.
Did it happen?
I'm going to find out today. But you just like manifest what you want in this life and saying it out loud. Oh, one thing I really want to do in 2024 is journal.
Oh, okay.
That's a goal of it's a resolution goal, but I think just like expressing my feelings every day on a piece of paper, we'll see how long it lasts. But I just something like that, you know, like writing it out, saying it out loud, manifesting like that good things will come to you. I swear it works.
Oh, no, I agree with the whole journaling thing. I actually incorporated that a few months ago. I don't do it every day, but I try to like do like a little bit because sometimes you're just having like
A
you just need
day.
to get it out
Yeah.
somewhere. And maybe you don't want to like complain or like talk to somebody about it. Maybe you just want to like deal with it on
You can
your
burn the
own.
piece of paper after.
Yeah.
Nobody even needs
Nobody
to
needs
know.
see it.
It just needs to be you, yourself, and I. Just
Exactly. So, anyways, I don't know what my word. Do you have an idea for? I know we
No.
gotta think about it. So we'll get back to you in January about the words. But everybody think about your words. Maybe comment if you guys have decided on your word already. We'll talk a little bit more about it. But I think it's a great way to try to keep us on track because God knows we need it.
yeah, I think at first I need to like reflect everything that's happened this year and then what I'm thinking for next year to pick a word. I think that's what I did. I was like, okay, it was my second full year living in Nashville. I had finally like gotten my feet underneath me. So I'm like, now it's time to like build and grow on that.
Right.
That's why I chose fulfilled. So now I need to reevaluate, okay, like what did I hit this year and like what can I make better next year?
Yeah.
And like encompass that entire feeling.
Awesome.
Whoa.
Well, I feel like we're done, right?
Yeah, maybe we'll just talk about what we have coming up in 2024.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, there's so much. So for just starting with January, Jamie and I will be heading to CMIA. Yeah, that's it, in California. So we'll be there in January. We'll go to FBS. We have our ICE conference in February. So if you are an imaging professional out there watching us, make sure you go to attendice.com and register to join us for free if you are a healthcare, hospital employee, military, or student.
Oh my God, that sounded like an infomercial.
I know.
That was so beautiful.
I say it over and over all the time.
Because it's my job.
So we have that. And of course, like, you know, we're going to be, like I had mentioned earlier, traveling a lot more, coming to smaller state shows, coming to the big conferences. I think even Jamie and I are going to AORN. That is the big OR conference
fun.
that will be in
Is that here?
Nashville. Yeah, in March in Nashville. So we'll be coming to that. We'll see us at MD Expo. So we are going to be around.
Yeah, it's a busy year already.
Yeah.
I can't believe this year flew by.
I know, and I'm so happy that we got to do this podcast, and I hope you guys are still enjoying it. We've gotten great feedback from young professionals, seasoned professionals, so we appreciate all the support, and make sure you keep watching Girls on Fire. Is there anything else we need to say?
Yeah, if you have any suggestions on what you want us to talk about, I know this episode was really just whatever we were feeling, but seriously, let us know if there's a topic you want us to talk about. We'd be happy to do it, and I don't know, it's just been a great year. I'm glad we added this.
Me too. It's been so fun.
It's been so fun.
What did we say recently? We said this is like an outlet. It's just like a fun thing that we do. Again, guys, we are not medical professionals.
No.
We're just young professionals that want to be here as a fun outlet for you to enjoy. Spread some, maybe some things that
Giggles.
giggles. Maybe the things that we deal with, you guys are dealing with too. That's just what we're here trying to relate to you all. And again, make sure you check out YP and MD, because not only do we have this podcast, we have our networking events, we have Facebook, we have LinkedIn, we have Instagram, we have a newsletter. So make sure you stay up to date on all that, and we hope to see y'all in 2024.
That's crazy.
Yay.
Merry
Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Not
and
sponsored.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Bye, guys.
Bye.